hello, and eventually welcome back in a second or two.
It's dark in here, James.
Yeah, someone turned off the lights, but here we go. Okay, so we are finally into the game.
And yeah, that 6-1 scoreline of Luminosity doing quite well, of course, off that original start, resetting complexity as well. And they are looking at a bit of a default round, as you can see, and taking it slow at the moment. There's nothing really to note apart from the fact that we've got the 2-1-2 setup from Luminosity, so they kind of decided to keep up mid a little bit. So if complexity play for the delayed mid take, then of course it will be successful as is usually expected, and that will give them that mid control. And even better yet, we get the smokes thrown out, the wall of smokes thrown out by complexity. They pick up the kill there, automatic speeding on by towards short, and he will go down for taking the kill. Catching him off guard actually, but not able to actually capitalize. It will be Sanks that will get the refrag in the end anyway. So 3 versus 4. Oh my god, Steel's just going to run out of the bomb site with his knife out. That is very weird. Now, as it would appear that Cold will also drop to his death. So it would seem, James, that Luminosity don't want to win this round.
Yeah, that was a weird one. Anyway, we're caught that kind of in the middle, so hopefully it's a smooth road out from here. Apologies for the delay in this match. Bolts' position is known, and they're coming for him. We'll see if he can hold on to that AWP for Fallen. No, he cannot do so. Will Semphis get there in time? I don't think he will. Just about not. I've played this game a little bit too much. A lot too much, maybe. So, Luminosity on a 4-round lead. Going to be going for the force up here. Lots of fan masses coming out. Fair few nades as well. Full armor. Just the defuse kit onto Fallen. No AWPs to speak of.
And 2-1-2 for Luminosity again. Of course, with the rifles and 4 FAMAS, no less. So a little bit of a passive setup from Complexity again, just trying to anticipate any aggression. And I think it was actually that I'm not sure, it's hard to tell with the numbers, but I think it may have been Cold who was playing a little bit aggressively into middle, but he's going to back away to the vents in mid and kind of support the players towards B. So Luminosity just kind of very reactive in this kind of a situation. Would be nice if they could get some info, but at this point as well, Complexity are just playing it for the delayed mid take again. And they played this last round, it worked out pretty well. We had the initial entry into the mid area. They're going to push through the smokes and see if they can find something again. This time though, Luminosity are playing it much further back, so it's kind of nice in one way, but as long as they're cognizant of where the T's are, and so far so good.
3 Complexity players left, so this FAMAS spy working out for Luminosity so far. Down goes another one in Sanks. Complexity being taken down in isolation, unable to find any trades or any frags even. Looking easy for Luminosity. Semphis is the last man left in mid, and he will go down as well. So 3 AKs picked up by Luminosity, 4 AKs.
4.
What an upgrade.
Yeah.
That is massive.
That's a really big deal, especially considering that Luminosity should be able to hang on to all of them as well this round. Complexity go for the save, and they are, they're not going to force buy because their money's not low enough that would be justified to do so. So instead it's just a few deagles and just a handful of grenades on Valence. Otherwise, not much to speak of. And Luminosity will have Third just jumping into the A main area, which is really nice. If he can get himself to the off angle on lockers, that's a big win. And he's actually going to go further than that. He'll get spotted, and he'll get the frag as well. He knows that there could be more players knowing his position, so he's going to have to try to back away slowly, but not before getting another frag along the way. And his teammates covering him by Squeaky Door, and that is perfectly done by Luminosity to put Complexity down to 2 players. Roka and Semphis, and they are not long for this world, I shouldn't think, without the Kevlar to play with.
Very patient shooting there by Fur.
Yeah.
Fallen and Bolts shirking on the helmets in that round, and it's going to pay. The gamble will pay off for them. Although Fallen's going to pick one up now, which is interesting. I mean, he had $850 in the bank after his buy, so I presume he didn't get touched there. I don't know why he didn't buy a helmet in the previous round, to be honest, because they should have read that it was going to be an eco from Complexity. If he gets one hit point of his armor gone, he's got to spend $1,000 in the next round on his helmet because he has to buy the Kevlar again. So who knows? Either way, Bolts will continue without the helmet there. Rocker and Zalens will be rocking the Galils. So again, Cole with that pop flash off the wall. He's going to move onto a passive position on the site. We'll see what Complexity choose to do. I think they may have disperse some Molotovs in the direction of the vents. The boost coming up now, though. And, Luminosity just waiting. Got a player in the sandbag position. Automatic throwing a smoke towards Z connector. So again, a very slow push into mid. Minutes on the clock for them to play with. They'll spot a player on short, but they won't be able to get a frag. Fallen playing for the economical buy, looking for that AWP money later on. Trying to waste time. Oh, nice think, but Sanks is going to save his teammate. So now we have 2 Luminosity players on the B bomb site. Only one has been announced cold, as his position will still be unknown. Bolts coming in for the flank. Only Sanks and Villains remain.
Interesting situation. They've got not really enough time to play proper decisions with it, though. Valens is thinking about going for that A play, but if he's going to go for it, he needs to just run now. And he's going to move his way through middle. So it looks like he's want to help his teammate out towards the B bomb site. He'll catch the back of Bolts, but there's no time to go A. He has to go B. And there's still 2 players on the B bomb site for Luminosity. It's just not going to happen there. A little bit of indecisions from Complexity, kind of selling them down the river, you know, because when you get to that 25-second mark, you just have to make a call. Is it A or is it B? Just go for it. You can't hesitate. And we saw a little bit of hesitation there. And Luminosity will go 9-2, and Complexity without much money to play with. And Luminosity with all the bank that they could possibly desire at this stage. That said, Fallen, anticipating the eco, is going to stay on this MP7.
Yeah, he's just all about the money right now with that MP7. We'll see if he can make some more. That's a nice smoke down in front of the B bomb site. Pop flash is coming in as well. And Rocker just hoping that somebody overextends. Furby has been boosted up. They'll hear Squeaky Door come out, but what can he do with it? Bolts and Feral combines to take down Automatic. They've gone for the short plant with the smoke coming over the roof. Very nice stuff. Cold will patiently take out. That's good two-man play as well on the B bomb site, just as they move to exit. So 1 frag coming in for Sanks. Make that one for Semphis as well. Bit of damage done, but the diffuse is coming in already. No kit either. Fallen going for that 10-second diffuse while his teammates do the cleanup operation with the superior guns. He will pick up a weapon for his teammates and probably throw it and pick up the AWP now.
So, yeah, the AWP's coming out there. Semphis, well, the AWP coming out with Semphis. And Luminosity have all the rifles still. And they can get AWPs if they want, but they're just staying to rifles, which is an interesting choice because they have so much money right now. So it's quite encouraging that they will stay on the rifle setup. Says a lot about the team. We get a quick play into A main there, and again they're forward position for Bolts, and that's so scary as well. It's hard to necessarily always consider that off angle, but even if you find it, it's hard to say, you know, when the player is going to peak and, you know, what the engagement is going to really be like. And it can be quite a difficult one to win out. And just having that forward position is much like having banana, like deep banana control on Inferno. It's very similar in that the T's, they get lots of options into attacking the bomb site. And
oh, look at these. That's just a crap smoke. I mean, what else can be said? They should be smoking those choke points consistently. They're going to get a frag there anyway, but that could have gone either way. Bolts has gone down in A main. And there's a man advantage for Complexity moving up towards short now. You can see they've gone for the smoke execute on the A site, but there's only 1 CT lurking, and he has CTs coming in all directions. Steel's going to get there too late. Shots in the head as well, just down to Cold now. Versus 4. 2 players heavily tagged, and again, they've got the money on their side, so he can just go in and try and do as much damage as possible. No reason to save in this situation, unless the money of his teammates is pretty bad. I expect he'll go to reapproach from shorts, as his position has been known. Indeed, that is what he's going to do. So Cole trying to bait some people out so he can try to punish. Oh, Sanks getting punished for a jumping peek there. Nothing comes for free against Luminosity. Cold now with 2 more to find. Almost takes down Semphis, left on 12 HP. Nice shoulder peek there, and he's going to probably keep Semphis on the site. He's likely to lose his AWP unless he gets a frag very quickly. You can see he's desperate for it, and I think he's probably going to go down. Indeed he is. So very nice job done by Cold, making it very expensive for Complexity.
Yeah, here's $1,400 after that as well. So it's not like he's really hurting on the money. So that's pretty sick that he gets 3 extra kills there. And you can see how that's going to really impact the economy of Complexity. Don't have as many nades as they would otherwise have. And instead, Luminosity have the AWP on Fallen now. And that's something we've come to expect and enjoy. from the Luminosity side. That said, Cold is going to push aggressively in B storage, and they'll pick up the kills here. Multiple frags. It's only Fur that really fails for his team in the mid warehouse, and now the rest of Complexity are moving towards the A bomb site at the moment. And Luminosity, they don't really know this information just yet, but having Cold in such a forward position, holding B storage in that off angle by Toxic, that gives them all the info they need to go for the rotation towards A.
So 2 people over towards A, and again the AWP is in mid and can rotate over if necessary. Nice tag on to Valens. He's just down to 6 HP carrying the bomb. The only player with any HP is over towards Squeaky. Fallen looking towards mid, but there's nobody there. Last 2 players coming in.
Wow.
There goes Valens.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, 11-3, and that's going to reset the economy Complexity straight away. I think that's happened every single time, actually. I think they get reset every single time. So, Luminosity having a very strong half. They could very well finish on the 12-3, which would be very nice for them. And there's only one AK that has been found onto Complexity, and Automatic is holding that one. There's Kevlar on everybody, few nades, so they're probably thinking about an execute, try to win this round. And once again, you know, have the A main push. And I really like this from Luminosity because it's so strong to have that early information, and the engagements are pretty good for the CTs. That said, though, Semphis somehow wins that duel against Fur with a pistol, and that's going to cue the push from Complexity.
Yep, counter flash is coming in, and that's going to slow them down. They're going to be stuck in the choke point. Rocker is lurking, takes down Cold, who I presume is looking towards the short area. This could be a 4th round for Complexity here. Steel versus 4, a bunch of them heavily tagged, but he'll get shot in the head from Automatic. So, great half from Luminosity. We will see what can be done on the T side for the Brazilians. Again, they are very drilled. You said that Liquid are the most disciplined team in North America, but I would put Luminosity up there as well. And I think we'll see that in their executes on the T side. You can see Complexity were a bit lost at times. Again, the bomb rotating towards mid, not really knowing what to do, ending up going back towards B and just getting wrecked. But I think we'll see more coordination from the Luminosity side.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of pressure on Complexity to win this round, and they are playing A retake. They do have 2 kits, which I don't think is advisable, but they have a smoke on Valens as well, so they can force the situation where if the bomb does go down, they can throw a smoke and go for the defuse, force the CTs out of position. I
have to mention something here. You can see Luminosity have a read that they're going for the retake, so they're all going through the squeaky door, because from the car position, they won't even hear the door open. So they're trying to abuse this as much as possible. Though they could have gone for a plant behind that smoke, which have made things horrible, but I'm sure it's an open one anyway. So all the Luminosity players on the site, save for Steel, who's going to be holding down A main. So the rest of them only need to worry about shorts and CT, really.
Yeah, there's a lot of players coming in onto this position now. It's such an important round. Faller's going to take 3 kills quickly, pulls out the USP, Sanks and Automatic in with a frag each, and that's just Fur left now here for Luminosity. So he's got to go for the reload. Very awkward situation. Still gets the frag though, and turns around and takes down Automatic, and that's going to be the round for Luminosity. Great save there from Fur, and that is crippling for the Complexity side as they have to go for the force buy. There's so many rounds behind at this point.
That was pretty awesome. So they got the smoke over to the other side of red to stop any peeks from short while they spread out on the site. And other than that, they funneled through squeaky door because they had a very good inkling that the site was almost definitely empty. And again, it would be a slow reaction from Complexity because they won't hear the door open from that position. But again, it was a great individual play as well from Fallen and Fur to get those frags. And that puts Luminosity in a very strong position. So we might have all of smokes coming into the mid area. There's at least one on one side. Bolt's is going to do harassment towards the A site in the meantime. With assistance from Fur, who stops Sanks from coming in the door. Valens to go down as well. Rocker will get the knock-lock on the head. Just Semphis remains, and he's still on the B-bomb site.
Yeah, so it should be the easy 13th round for Luminosity.
Luminosity.
Yes. And, well, not much for Complexity to really show for themselves in this round. I mean, they really want to preserve enough cash to have a good buy in the following round, but that's already going to put Luminosity down to, well, onto rather 14, up to 14. And 3 MAC-10s are on the Luminosity side. I always love to see when teams keep the MAC-10s because you're going to see a lot of carnage. You see a lot of aggressive play with those, which is always really nice. And we can see Sanks is going to be ready here for the push over the top. It's a little bit of a weak position against the T side, but it's going to actually pay off here.
Yeah, I think Luminosity will just buy up in the next round, and then if they win that round, they win the match, more or less, unless something horrible happens. But there's only a man advantage here for Complexity at the moment, and bearing in mind that when these 3 people have a scout, that will change everything, leaving Fallen to try and clutch it for his team. Looking to seek and destroy. Able to get that final connection on the car, and he's been almost... Actually, he's got a reasonable amount of health left. He's trying to finish things off with the nade. He'll get the bomb plant at least, and now the retake will come in. Can he get himself to 1 versus 1? That is the question. We've got a close player behind him from main. Is he going to look in the right place at the right time? Oh, he's going to get sandwiched here. Just trying to dance around, but he's not going to get any more frags. So that'll be the rounds in favour of Complexity. Surviving with 3 players as well. Good for their economy going forward.
Yep, absolutely. Of course, you know, we've seen a lot of team rounds won these days. It seems to be more or less in the thing of the meta game currently that, you know, T sides have been played a lot better by teams. Not only that, the new patch has definitely helped out with the improved hitboxes, the slight nerfs to the M4s, and so on and so forth. It's all kind of culminated in teams just having a better time of it on the T side, which is not how it used to really be on this map, and just generally, you know, maps in general. So having quite the shift in how Counter-Strike has been played lately, and we'll have the full AK buy, as James mentioned, from Luminosity. But it looks like Complexity might be considering pushing Roka into B storage a little bit further. There's 3 players here for them, as Luminosity have 2, including the bomb towards B storage. So they must be very careful there.
Okay, so Furs is playing around the corner of the smoke here. And again, I think the aggression might start to come out from Semphis, almost catching Steel Grenade in his hand, but he is well protected. So there's almost a crossfire coming in actually. Pop flashes, and Steel will trade for his teammate, but there's still 2 more CTs to find. Complexity trying to get early advantages, trying to get aggressive. The bomb will be rotated away. Meanwhile, First taking down Automatic towards the car area. There's still 1 player on the A bomb site for the CTs. That's going to be Valens. But how long will he survive for? Players coming into trade. He's going to hide around the smoke towards the shorts as well. And he's going to try and push through the smoke, but he's not going to be able to do it for his team. Man advantage for Luminosity now. Not for long though. Nade coming in.
Yeah, bomb goes down though, thanks to Steel. And he's going to turn the corner, take down Sanks. And now it's going to leave it on the shoulders of Rocker as he goes up from the ladder. And see Bolts with maybe the trade, not quite, and it will be Rocker finishing him off. That's a very unfortunate situation there for Bolts. However, the bomb did go down for Luminosity, and they've lost. That would be 2 rounds in a row now, so that's $1,900, so $2,700 including the bomb plant. And with, you know, so many little players surviving, just 1 for Complexity, this should be a buy every time for Luminosity, just like a full buy. Because if we look at the money on Complexity, it's going to suck. And Luminosity have quite a bit of cash in the bag. If they just throw an execute in with all the nades and so on, it would be very strong. They're kind of going a bit halfway here. I feel like they could invest more. But if they've got a good execute in the bag, then we'll also have to see how much damage it will do.
Yep, I think they're looking to slowly overcome Complexity with mere team play. We'll see if they are able to do that. You see the Luminosity side starting to line up the grenades towards the A site, and here they come. Some smoke, some flashes. Automatic gonna go out and try and play for the retake with his team. Semphis unable to find the angles through the smokes. Bomb is going to get planted here for Luminosity, so that's going to be worst case scenario ticked off. Now it's going to be a case of damage, and they can see if they can win the round. Fallen found a gap in the smoke, but he can't find anybody to shoot just yet. Semphis is just teasing him, but finally he will go down. So Fallen versus 3. They've got the bomb plant, taken 2 plays with them as well. That will be good. Complexity will still be strained because of this, and Luminosity will have a better buy.
Yeah, still this position where the pressure's really been put on, so Luminosity, all they have to do is just close the round now. Close the rounds, and if they do that, as you can see, the money's pretty dire, in a very dire state in fact for Complexity, so Luminosity can just win from that position. Again, they only need 3 rounds, so it's a very troubling situation on Complexity's side of things. And we already know that, you know, Semphis' style is to get a little bit aggressive, a little bit crazy, but is that kind of what you want to do in a situation like this? We're going to have a fast mid play coming out of Luminosity, and Sanks is going to pick off Colds already. Where's the refrag?
The bomb's down as well. The bomb is down in mid, and there are 3 Complexity players trying to defend it. Counter flashes coming in to stop the timing. Semphis has got the AWP as well, so things starting to look a little bit difficult for Luminosity. Complexity 6 rounds behind, and 3 men down in this round. Bomb still firmly being stood on by Complexity, so again Luminosity needs to do damage, but Semphis is just killing everyone. Still last man for his team. And Luminosity won't have ideal money following this. I mean, we're not going to see a bomb plant. Complexity going to survive with maybe all of their players intact and 2 AWPs. So there's a good opportunity for the CTs to get a few rounds in and close that gap. But how many people can Steel take with him? That is a question. The answer could be 0.
Yeah, I mean this is interesting right now because Complexity are kind of solidifying economy, and they got 2 AWPs in play now, and with 8 rounds, they're only gonna find themselves 5 behind their opposing side. So it's all of a sudden getting very much better for them, especially considering the fact that they're up against the ecos now. They've finally broken the money of Luminosity, which was looking very good previously. So in that light, they are able to potentially bring this back now. It all depends on Luminosity, of course. All depends on them.
If they don't lose the bomb with that first play going down in mid, then they, you know, Complexity don't necessarily have 3 people in mid. Luminosity don't necessarily lose many more players in mid. But anyway, we've got their force by execute coming into the A site again. Can they get their plant once more? We've got Steel going over the top, that late smoke coming down, so they'll get some early information. Now they can set themselves up accordingly. See how the CTs will play through this. Bulk's going to get no-scoped in the leg with the AWP. All the Luminosity players still alive. The CT's just waiting for these smokes to disappear. Bit of pre-fire from Sanks around that box. Steel will only have 1 more clip left. Still no one down for Luminosity. How much time can they waste here? So many CTs streaming into the site now, but 2 are going to quickly go down to Fallen and Cold. Cold with another frag, looking for yet more. Oh, has he got many bullets left? They've done it. They've taken the round over Complexity. That shows you the power of having executes designed for limited equipment. Very solid play by Luminosity there.
That's a really heartbreaking round for Complexity to lose, because now it's just 1 more and then they have to eco. So if they're in that situation, they'll just lose the match. So this round is for Complexity to win the match, or not. Well, not to win the match, but for them to stave themselves from losing the map more or less immediately. And here we go. Got Semphis, nice flick there onto Fur over by A main. All these challenges coming in from Luminosity. They've got to be careful not to get too overconfident, too complacent in their approach to their opposite team, as they are in this kind of default setup, but having lost a couple men, they've got to go at it together. They have decided to try and take the fight towards the A bomb site, and there isn't much resistance there from Complexity, but they have fast rotations into the site, so Luminosity will have to be even faster still in the fragging action and in the rotation. And there's the first smoke, or well, rather, sorry, there's the second or third smoke, in fact, from Complexity. They've been re-smoking it. And there's a play by Quad as well, so I don't like Luminosity's chances here.
I think Fur's lining up to... Sorry, Fur. I think whoever that is in main is lining up to throw the smoke towards the car area. Got the Molotovs just forcing people out their positions. So meticulous are the Luminosity side asset discipline that I was talking about. Semphis, though, just kills people. That's what he does. He does it well with the AWP, and there's another frag for him. Automatic finally finding Steel, trying to jump up, getting that high ground, leaving Cold alone, and he will lose. So let's have a look at the T economy now, following the forced buy victory and then the full buy loss. What is their decision? They've got 5 rounds to play with. The CT economy is still ropey, but they are slowly starting to catch up.
Yeah, the money's kind of weird for Luminosity, and we'll go for just a slight investment and a fast B play. It's going to be pretty hard to break the Complexity side on this B site. They're going to have to be really off on their grenades and really off on the shots, to be honest. Rocket is in. Perfect smoke for him to play off of. They just run straight past him. This is rather awkward for Fur. He'll go down as well. And that's basically the round over. It's a wrap.
I wonder if he put that smoke down himself, because there were 2 smokes for the T's. One went to lower CT, and I can't imagine... I mean, it's possible that they put a smoke down there to stop CTs playing from the site and having angles on the vents. I don't know. We'll have to look at the Go TV later on. So Complexity close the gap to 4 now. And the buy comes out for both teams, but you can see limitations on Luminosity's side. 2 Galils coming out, no AWP for Fallen. And Semphis, again, as always, instrumental for his team when they are racking the rounds up on an open map such as this.
We've got the default coming in again from Luminosity. Bit of spray there from Fur. Just going to find himself to pick onto B storage. It's going to alleviate a lot of pressure on away from Complexity as the rotation comes in towards A. So they've got some good positions here, Complexity, especially with the guy who's close on middle for Lens, I think it is. Lots of information to be had there. And Luminosity kind of trying to figure out what to do in this situation. They need to get, well, they feel like they need to get a pick. Have to see whether they can actually pull that one off. We do have to slow push in, and the danger of the player under boost is always going to be there and present for Luminosity if they decide to go back into middle. But I don't know that they will actually at the moment. We've got the push slowly making its way in towards A, where there are 2 players already.
Bolts is lining up for... normally he'll be throwing a flashbang, or Cole be throwing a smoke in fact, but the smoke is already down and they are pushing the site, but Automatic is wrecking people. Complexity are not out of this yet, closing the gap to 3 rounds, and they didn't lose a single player there. Again. This is the right time to be having such success when you're trying to close the gap and your opponents are on 14 rounds.
And they're soon to be on 12-hour Complexity, because I don't think Luminosity are going to do much in this round. Just opting to go for the smart and sensible play, just ignoring any weapons, any real weapons at least, and buying up the pistols. And had some good success with previous executes like this. I think that's the last round they actually won, was an execute with the pistols. Interesting.
They chose to show the bomb in mid, and they've taken it into the vents, but they had 2 players going towards the A site, maybe trying to catch a rotation, but it hasn't worked out for them. There is 1 frag, but who's going to win this duel? Of course, it's going to be Semphis to stop them from getting a bomb plant. So they are back on the buy. We'll see if it's a tactical pause there from Luminosity. Yeah, I can only imagine they were trying to show the bomb in mid, take it towards vents, try to bring people towards B, and maybe catch them on a rotation with 2 people coming out of A main. Didn't work out for them though, but I like the idea. So Luminosity with many strats in the strat book. Got to have a pause here for a little while. So the buy is starting to come in now for the team. You can see Semphis always leading the charge for his team. 27 frags on him at the moment for being the closest on his opponent's side. But he's so consistent, Semphis, with the AWP. Seen some great snaps today. But they're still 2 rounds behind, let's not forget that. Good thing though is that they are high on the money counts. Very high indeed.
Yeah, I mean, Luminosity recognizing this is like one of their last chances to actually exert their advantage in the match, and pausing accordingly to work out what their plan is going to be. And I wouldn't be surprised to see execute out of them, but generally speaking, I don't like that they keep trying to do this fast mid stuff. There's no reason to do it so fast. It's easier to do it in the middle round of the round, because even if the team go in 1-3-1, later in the round you're kind of worried about there being too many players towards A or B storage, so you can't really have 1-3-1 anymore. So after like the first 20-30 seconds, that extra one goes towards A or B, and so there's nothing to really lose by playing it delayed for the T side.
Well, they haven't gone for a fast challenge on this occasion, and now they're starting to come out with a wall of smokes. There's only 1 person in the smoke itself here for the CTs. It's going to be a fast flank as well, but there is one lurking for the T's in T warehouse, but they're not going to see it. And again, that smoke is in. Surely that's a CT smoke, because Roka is abusing it. Something disgusting. 3 kills for him on the site. That's got to be a CT smoke trick there to hold things down. Will Luminosity spot it though? Will they realize with enough time? They've got a man disadvantage at the moment. There's a player trying to get Roka down from the headshot position. That's fallen. He's going to be traded by Semphis. The bomb's down as well. Semphis is going to reset the position. Play around the smoke, but cold. Oh, he's running out of bullets. And he still hasn't reloaded, but he's got the bomb at least.
This kind of sucks here for Luminosity being 1-on-2 in this situation. In goes the incendiary, and that is going to be even more problematic. Where did it land exactly, I wonder? Got Luminosity just chilling at the moment. It's cold. In goes the bomb plant, in go the 2 CTs. And they're both a little bit tagged up here, but Memphis with the frag. I think he's doing really well on the fragging at the moment.
Yep, he's close to the 30 bomb. See there, 29 frags, could not be closer. So, Luminosity on the buy once more. What can they do to change things up here? I spot an auto sniper onto Rocker. Something has changed here from Complexity, but where will he use it? He can take it over towards B. He can take it to Car, looking towards A. But he's likely to be smoked off, but I think those are the two positions where we're likely to see it. And I think, indeed, he is holding the angle towards B. And let's see if Luminosity can identify this. You can throw a pot flash off the wall, or you can opt to just try and go for a shoulder peek. But Rocker has changed his position up now to something a little bit more passive. Oh, the information is out there. Dude's there. Oh, they're waiting for the smoke, but of course he has the blat, and that's exactly why. Just continuing to spray. Going to take out a second player. How fast can Cold... Oh, he's not even taking the bomb. He's just taken position. Flash himself through, maybe.
This could be the equalizing moment now as there's 30 seconds left in the round. Cold picks up the kill onto Sank, so things like to go the way of Luminosity. And there it is. They've taken advantage here, but both players, Cold and Fallen, very low. Back and Rocker is still alive. So I kind of still favour Complexity in this retake. Assuming that Cold can be dealt with quickly and swiftly without further complaints. As Fallen looks for the refrag there, he's going to pick it up. He's very low though, and this will give a lot of hope here towards the remainder of Complexity, but no, Rocker's going to go down. Luminosity now on match points. Taking them a while to get there, but finally they find themselves there.
Indeed they do. So let's see if Luminosity can take this over the line. 2 rounds with which to do it in. Might be difficult though if they don't win it on this one. So we've got the execute coming in. Cold as always running through mid, but Semfis as always getting up shots, hitting the 30 bomb, just snapping people left and right. Can't get the third. He's going to get taken down, but Sanks is in position to trade. So a strong round for Complexity so far. Got double the numbers of Luminosity now.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about as well. Like, there's not necessarily a need to go fast mid play, especially if the team has already shown that they, will try to capitalize by putting players there, because the CT timings are better than the T timings. So again, Luminosity kind of falling to the wayside because of that risk, and they'll try to finish on the B play, and they'll at least find themselves 2 versus 2. But what do they do against these positions here?
Well, going to try and force the issue. Oh, missing the shot though. Automatic, ready for the challenge, taking down Fallen, taking down the bomb, causing the full rotation from the CTs, and this is surely Complexity's round. Luminosity will have one more opportunity to take it here.
Do they have any money though? I think they do. I think this is overtime.
Well, let's have a look. Oh, this is tough, but we know that they have the executes to play around with this, and they're going straight for the nades here. So don't count them out. They came close once with this kind of buy. Second time they took it over the line towards A. What is the play? They've got the lurker going towards B, but the numbers seem to be going A bound.
Oh, this is interesting. If they just go for the A rush, then there's only one player there. And it's a weird round for Complexity. They can't be counting the money correctly, James, because they've got a 1-3-1 kind of setup. It's not even 1-3-1, it's actually worse against A defenses than that, because they've got 3 in B, so maybe they are anticipating the push, but they think it's going to be a fast B. And Luminosity are being a little bit too slow about this, but they might just be quick enough to get into the bomb plant at the very least. Grenades go in there to deposition automatic. He's going to spray down 2 players. Great flash coming in for a teammate. There's the 3rd player. Switches for the pistol, but damage is being done here. And that's going to be it. We'll have the overtime coming in from Complexity and Luminosity. Luminosity just could not close it on the T side. And I've got to question a lot of their T round decision making into these. They had a lot of wiggle room with how they wanted to actually close out the last 3 rounds. And it felt like they kind of were just, I don't know, they were... I'm trying to think of an analogy, James, but I can't think of a good one to use. So I'll just say it like it is. I feel like you can't just challenge mids at the start of the round against pre-nades, especially when you got a situation where the CTs are playing 1-3-1. That's you're kind of playing into their setup then, where they have better timings and they have the resources to throw at you. But they seemed confident to do that, and Complexity punished them there.
Yeah. Difficult times for Luminosity on the T side, and you're right, they just kept running into a brick wall called Semphis on the
yeah, Semphis was
in
really
the
good
mid
there.
area. Semphis just getting far too many frags with the AWP as per usual. So over time it will be. I would still favour Luminosity, generally speaking, because they have the executes. They just need to realise what's going wrong and take a different approach here, basically.
Yeah, I mean, do you have a situation where, if you're going to go for the mid play as well, you kind of want to execute in, especially if you, not especially if you do the delayed mid execute. You don't have to execute in as heavy as you do if you do it a little bit more quickly, because usually you expect that in the mid rounds timings that the CTs won't have, they can't really have 3 players still in mid, because it's so risky to do that. Because then, during that time, because the start of the round is all about rush timings. First you're afraid of, the rush timings. And if you're going 1-3-1, you're saying, okay, we don't think you're going to rush A or B. So we think that, we just want to deny mid control, to deny you mid-round options. So, but later in the round, the CTs are sitting there like thinking, okay, they're not coming mid, so they're probably moving towards, the B storage, maybe squeaky. They could be setting up any kind of crazy plays. Maybe they're all about to execute, from throwing those nades behind the behind A main. And so that means that, okay, we should give up middle a little bit, because it's less risky to do that, because now the timings are more about the A or the B push. And so that's like a really nice timing to just go for the mid execute, just take that control away from the CTs. But Luminosity, they wanted to go for a fast timing. I don't think we really saw delayed mid takes from them. And one thing we saw that was quite successful, they won a round like this, one of the very few rounds, because they got 12-3, I think it was, right, so, on the first half. And one of the rounds they won was like a pistol, kind of like, not even like a fully invested pistol round, but they just got pistols and a few grenades, and they won an A execute. But we never saw it again.
Yeah. Difficult times for both teams on the T side. So we might have to go to a break here, because there was a bit of technical issue on our side which delayed the start of the match. It might be that we postpone overtime just to not disrupt the schedules of the teams too much. So we're going to go to a break and have a quick discussion about it, and then we will come back with a resolution one way or another. So stay tuned, back here in just a few minutes.